It's more natural that way. So I guess real name or stage name? Probably real name, right? No, wait,
No.
stage name.
Luna.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Sorry.
Verb.
First of all, how was your day?
Good.
What did you get up
Nothing.
to
Did
today?
nothing. Raining. Nothing. It's just raining.
Oh shit. So okay, so how does one get started in your profession, and how did you start?
So which one? The camming OnlyFans and then the dancing?
Okay, which started first?
I started camming first, modeling and camming.
Okay, and then like was that like when was that? That was before OnlyFans though, right?
Yeah, that was like 2014 when I started that.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a friend
Oh,
of mine who did it and we cammed together one day. And then I just decided that that was something I wanted to do full time.
yeah. Well, so are you on OnlyFans? Would you say it's better than now than it was back then for that kind of thing, or
Yeah, definitely. Just a lot
yeah,
more rules now, though, than it was back then.
there's more rules?
Yeah.
Like in what way?
Yeah. I've had photo sets deleted just from like fake blood and like just like not in like a weird way, but like a Halloween shoot. Like you're
Yeah.
very like yeah, you can't really do any like taboo things anymore
Oh,
that you used
well,
to get away with.
but that's like OnlyFans. I don't know a lot about porn. I'm like honestly, like it's a lot on my channel. I'm starting to talk about like not watching porn, semen retention, and a lot like so. A lot of people are gonna be like, "You're a fucking hypocrite for having like sex workers on and like dancers and stuff." I'm like, "Well, you know what? I like talking to everyone, so fuck you guys." So there you go.
Well, it's a form of
Um,
entertainment. Even if you don't want to dabble in it, it's still interesting.
yeah, no, like I don't know. I definitely like so my podcast guests are like, okay, I think I have a movie about like a Christian dude that God, what is it? No, what, I can't talk. I'm so sorry right now. This I should have waited like an hour
Okay.
after home. I'm sorry. No, but like I don't know. Like I hate when I see podcasts and it's like the same type of guests over and over and over again. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, this sounds very up my own ass, but like I've kind of gotten more religious recently and like more in the not like organized, but like be more like Jesus. And like Jesus loved everybody
Sure.
and Mary Magdalene was a sex worker. So there you go.
Really?
And yeah, like his
Oh,
wife, well, that's like rumored. It's one of the things, but she was like a stripper for the time or whatever. But yeah, no, I don't know. Like I've a Christian icon on my channel. Like a movie was made about him. It was pretty cool. But yeah, no, like all types. Jessica Hart's coming on soon. Uh,
perfect. I
yeah,
like that.
she's cool. I feel like she's a Winnipeg icon. A lot of people know you when I mentioned you. Like people at my work were like, "Oh, I know that chick." I was like, "Oh, cool."
Well, they know me from the internet then because it's not from dancing yet. I don't think.
I don't know. Honestly, out of all the strip clubs in Winnipeg, I probably like the one you work at the best. So
It
solid
is the
gold.
best one. I
I
agree.
mean,
It's pretty good. They treat me good there.
definitely. So the other two, one's like a low end one in a good area, and then the other one's like a nice one in a bad area. And then I'm like, solid gold's like a nice one in a nice area.
It's supposed to be more like gentlemen's club, like higher class, I guess.
Yeah,
That's the vibe I get at least.
I got that vibe too. I don't know. Like it feels. Yeah, I feel like if I
It's
want to watch
central.
them. Sorry.
It's more central.
Yeah, I find actually okay. You know what? And not to like shit on and knock like other establishments, but I find the security guards are nicer at Solid Gold.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's just like nicer. Okay, at one of them, okay, you know, fuck it. At Teasers, I was sitting there and the security guard came up to me and he's like, "You blocked my cousin on Facebook." I was like, "Cool, man." Or he's like, "Are you Mac Alton?" I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, well, maybe someone knows me from YouTube." Ooh. And it was like, "You
Really
blocked my
different.
cousin on Facebook." I was like, "Cool."
There's probably a reason for that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But and then he's like, "You take Facebook too serious." I was like, "Well, I'm not confronting people in person about it." So, anyways, okay. So enough about me. I'm bad at talking about myself way too much. So going from when did you start dancing and like what's like the biggest difference between camming and dancing and like what's the pros and cons?
Okay, so since I started my yeah, I started mostly on Chatterbait, my free cams. That's when I started. Everything was done solo. I didn't do anything with other people for years and years and years. I've literally just been working alone, which I liked. But then after COVID hit and everyone was basically locked down and at home, I did really well on camming too, but it was like it gave me a sense of loneliness. Like I just got like kind of lonely, obviously, because now you're just like, this is it, and like that's all I can do right now. So it was nice and it was good. I made a lot of money during COVID, obviously, like everything was financially fine, but it was lonely. So I
Yeah.
did want to start working at a club, just like make more friends, get out. Yeah.
Well, I feel like the girls at your work, like there's probably them. It's kind of sisterly in a way, right?
Yeah, I have like two of my best friends that I'm working with now, so it's really nice to like see them every weekend and get to be together.
That makes it
Yeah.
honestly. I used to work in film on movie sets. I hated like 90% of the people I worked with,
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm a
fun.
crane operator, and like I consider everyone at my work like a brother. So I'm like, I actually like going to work. Well, it's not like this thing I had to do.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I like
Um,
it.
so do you still? But what's the pro to camming? So I guess like you don't have to leave your house and stuff, right? And
I think it's like I was always against the clubs and now I feel a totally different way, but I was more scared about my safety. Like I didn't want to get roofied or sexually assaulted or stalked or something like that because it's easier at home. I can just block people. No one knows where I'm
yeah,
from for a long time. No one even knew I was from Winnipeg. So like it was a long I hid that pretty good and then eventually just didn't give a shit. But I never had any like stalking or any crazy people on the internet fuck with me. And so
has that been
yeah.
a problem in person?
I mean, if I have a stalker, they're really good at it, and I don't know.
Yeah. Well, man, I don't know.
I
Some
don't
of
think
those security
anybody's
guards
that
are
though.
like fucking huge and really mean looking. I feel like I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I feel like you feel protected. I don't. I think like there was one. I'm always like really conscious of like, oh God, I hope I don't make that person feel weird. And I remember like even just like walking to my car at one of the other places, and I think her car was near mine, and I felt like weird, like, oh shit, I bet she thinks I'm fucking following her. So I kept clicking my car keys to make sure, like, so she would see that I'm like going in my car. Uh,
yeah, that happens. But I
yeah,
don't know. I haven't had an issue with either of those things, so that's good for now, at least. Yeah, I think I treat everyone relatively very respectful. Like I'm not fighting with anybody, so there's no reason to like come at me and like mess me up or anything. Like no one wants to do that. So
yeah, and you know what? Like, Kay, it was funny. Like the gentleman vibe. Like anytime like friends have brought me to Solid Gold or I've gone there to meet people, never has a friend like been ripped off or like felt ripped off, and it's like very fair.
that's good.
And God damn it, I keep almost having a question and then I forget about it. Okay, yeah. So like, what's your favorite type of customer? And like, have you ever dated a customer? And like, I know every dude's like, oh, do I have a chance? Do I have a chance? If a dude were to have a chance, what would they have to be like?
I don't know. Not a customer, not a fan. That's for sure.
Okay, well, look at that.
I don't know. I mean, I like guys who support what I do. I think that's very nice. Like I want to be with someone who supports it, but I don't think I'd really date a fan. That's not like a
Makes
I don't
sense.
know. I'd have to like know you before that for it to be like not weird. Or like me feel like I'm like taking advantage of you because of like yeah. Like in my opinion, that would be taking advantage of someone because knowing they already like are obsessed or like they already like know me from that, they would do anything. And I feel like that's like me taking advantage in a way.
I've dated two girls that were ex dancers.
Yeah.
And I dated one girl while she was dancing. But
Mhm.
I was also like a cheap piece of shit back in the day, and I never bought dances. And I'm guessing guys shouldn't be like that, but I don't know. I just like never bought a dance from her, and I just I
Good for you then for dating her, dang.
well, yeah, I don't know. I think she just like broke losers, and that's what I was at the time, so it worked out.
Okay, fair enough.
But I'm gonna take a wicked guess. You believe in astrology, right? A little bit.
No,
No.
not really. I don't know. I had a phase. Now I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like the first dancer I've ever met that doesn't. But whatever.
Eh.
I was gonna talk to you
I
about.
think it's fun to talk about, but it's not something I'll live my life by.
Have you ever traveled in dance or anything like that, or?
No, I refuse to. I like the thing is like I said, like I went back to I only started this really like not for the money purpose, just for like a social aspect because I was at home alone all the time. Like it was like getting kind of like it was lonely. So this was a way for me to like get out and like make friends. And actually I love my regulars too. I like when they come in, I like seeing them. They're actually like genuinely interesting people.
Yeah.
So I'm not really doing it for money. Like I'm really just doing it because I actually enjoy it. It keeps me in shape. Like I get to go there, just work out and dance and get so much attention and get paid and it's cute and I like it.
How do you keep in
But
shape
traveling,
outside of that? You must have like a gym routine, or do you have like a gym
I have a
routine?
home gym. Yeah. There's
Okay,
a gym.
that's cool. No,
Yeah.
I definitely like. I worked all the way through COVID, and I worked in a place where I didn't. I was in Quebec like the last 3 years. So if anything, I was trying to stay home more often. Like, and I got constantly shit on all the time because my French sucks. But like I definitely like I feel like people are just different now, like
Well,
socially.
I also well with the traveling for dancing things, I've been to other clubs, and the reason I also don't want to travel anywhere else is I like the laws here, no touching, no actual like stuff, and that's I'm not going to do anything more than just dance in front of you. That's all I want to do. So
That makes sense. Well,
I don't
yeah,
I don't judge anyone who does want to do extra stuff. That's fine. I know Montreal is very much known for that. Everyone tells me that, and I'm like, oh, that's good for them, but it's not something I want. So
this is my cat Oscar. Say hi.
hey.
Sorry, buddy. What the hell is? Sorry, I'm like super on the ball normally, and I'm so tired from work. But okay, so
It was,
I'm
do
sorry.
I travel for dance? I don't. No, I don't
I'm
want
gonna
to. And
cut this part out because this is bad. Sorry, I'm so tired. Thanks, you're being a really good sport. Fuck. I'm like so smooth and on the ball. This is so bad. I'm so tired. I should have just waited till 8 or tomorrow. I'm so
it's
sorry.
okay. Hey, it's fine. You can chop it all up. I don't care. It's
Okay.
fine.
Um, have you traveled anywhere like for like fun reasons, vacation reasons?
Yeah, I recently was just in LA and I'm going to Montreal in 2 weeks and then I'm going to Calgary and then Hawaii and then back to California. Just have a lot of friends I'm seeing. That's
Okay,
all.
so when you're there, I think it'll still be there. The Lachine Canal, or I guess no, it'll be cold by the time you're there. But St. Catharines, I live right between the St. Lawrence River and the Lachine Canal, and it was like, there's Bixies there, and there's like this service where you can just like grab a bike, and they're electronical, and then like they go like 30K. Have you been there before?
No, so this is my first time, but I'm going with my friend who lived there. So
Do it
she's
like, and he probably likes Bixie. That was my favorite. I was in Verdun, and it was like on near Wellington Street, and that was like named Forbes top 5 streets to live on.
I think she was saying something about that place too. We're also going to be going to Quebec City for a bit too. So
Oh,
there's
it's
a
so
lot.
quaint, and they're super nice to tourists there.
That's good.
I found people like when I was walking around like during the day, they were like super nice and super touristy, but like it was more at work that I got shit on because like they didn't like that someone not from there was there working and taking a job.
Yeah. I've heard the rudeness, but honestly, I've been to places where people are known to be rude and they're just nice to me. So maybe it's just me.
But weirdly, they were nicer in other ways. What I would say is like the Montreal culture. Okay, it's weird because like all my coworkers where I work now in my crane company, I've been to all their houses, but like I didn't feel like that at every other work before in Winnipeg. All my neighbors had me over all the time for drinks and food. I would go to like a rant. I would just go to a park every weekend and make friends, and they'd be like, "Oh man, do you want to come play volleyball? Do you want to come over and drink with us after? Or do you want to go for? We're going for a kayak in an hour." Like, and I find in Winnipeg, it's like you have to know someone for like 2 years before you hang out with them. Or
I don't think that's no, I think everyone here is so nice too.
well, clearly we live different fucking lives. Maybe I'm
I
gonna
guess.
become a
I
girl
don't
and
know.
get blue
Anywhere
hair.
I think it's just when I go out here, I can talk to anybody and everyone's just so nice. Sometimes creepy, but like
No,
they're
I
nice.
find like I can like I have a lot of acquaintances, but I find like people are less inviting and less like, oh, come do this, come do that. That's what I find. I find it's less of a culture. I found anywhere out west is less like that. But I found once you're friends and you're more connected, while I found it was more like a party lifestyle in Montreal. I'm like, oh yeah, come here. Oh, we're doing this. And everyone is more inviting and like it's not a big deal to invite someone. While I found in Winnipeg, it was more like that.
Yeah, we are a little I think it can be a little clicky, but I guess I don't know. It depends, I guess, on what you're doing and where you want to go with
I
people.
guess.
Yeah.
And then okay, what are you doing? What else are you doing after month? What are you doing in LA?
I'm just gonna go with my friend. We're just gonna go party, hang out.
Okay, so what? No, I definitely like. Do you find? I guess you didn't work in the bars before COVID, but I just definitely find that like people have become more antisocial after COVID because people have been so into themselves for like 2 years and lonely kind of thing.
I don't think people, yeah, I guess like I think like the younger generation,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Well,
Like
I
the
don't know how old
dancers
you
that I
are.
work with who are younger, like you can tell that they're not as like socially like they don't really know how to talk to customers the way I do. And I feel like maybe that helps me with my camming background because I'm
Yeah.
so good at just talking to like nothing and just talking to a wall. Because like there'll be times where no one's saying a damn thing on cam and I have to like make up something to like get a conversation going. So I'm pretty good at that. But the younger generation, they're just, yeah, they are a little bit shyer. They don't really know
So I'm
like
gonna guess you're like 25, right? Ish.
I'm actually going to be 29.
I'm 29.
I know I'm
Oh my
29 December 1st. So
We're
yeah,
old dogs.
I'm
Look
a
at
little
that.
older on this sense, but I don't look it. So that's good.
No, I think we have the same curse. Well, it's not a curse, but we both have baby faces. So then we,
It works
yeah,
for me at
yeah.
least.
Well, when I was 22 and I looked 16, it didn't work. But now
Yeah.
I still get ID'd and stuff. So it's kind of, I'm like, okay,
Oh,
that's
I do, and I have a full sleeve of tattoos, and like they somehow think I'm 17. It's weird.
yeah, tons of 17-year-olds have tattoos now. But
Oh, maybe I guess so. Yeah.
okay, but like think about it. Let's say like half your high school you stayed home. Like high
Yeah. Oh,
school is
yeah,
where
too
you get a
bad.
lot. It's where
Yeah.
you get. Sorry, go.
No, it'd be pretty shitty. Like you'd be a different adult, that's for sure.
Yeah, like most of your like getting bullied and like dealing with problems and social skills and talking to people and just dealing with things is in high school. And I'm not a person that's like, oh, high school is the best time of your life. No, it's high school is shitty for most people.
You
But
learn. I didn't have a good high school experience either, so
But like even like going to Walmart and like asking someone where something is, it's like they're like annoyed that I asked them. It's like this is your job. Like how like what's wrong? And that I'm like clearly aging because I hate the younger generation already. So it's like, oh damn it, I've become this guy. I told myself I wouldn't.
yeah. I mean, I can't say I hate them. I think they've been through a different experience, but they're definitely like a little bit like, yeah, they're very more antisocial,
Yeah,
which is
okay. So what would you say to like girls or guys like starting out dancing and like how to protect themselves, how to separate work from personal life? I feel like that kind of I feel like you have a good control of it, but like work bleeding into your personal life or like because it's a small
don't
city.
hang out with people outside of work. Like, don't. Like, they're there for a reason. Like, I don't know. That's a main rule. My boss even tells us that too. He's like, don't hang out with customers outside of work. Like, it's very much, then that's going to mess up it's going to become personal. And
Well,
that's
we're
not,
hanging out. I met you there. I'm just kidding, but
we're not really.
this is on the internet. This doesn't count.
That's different. And also you're not like a customer that comes in a lot. Like it would be somebody who comes in a lot and then they develop a relationship and then she leaves the club and then something happens. Like it's just like
Yeah.
that's a really big deal. You don't do that. You're not
Hey,
supposed to do
we met on the internet like 2014, and you
Right.
remembered me. I was like, oh, I feel like you just probably have a good memory. Not that I'm cool or interesting or anything.
that. So are
Um,
people who have been in the same city as me. Yeah, definitely.
I guess it's like, yeah, I run into like the same 50 people here in Winnipeg. I do like it because of that. Like, I find I always run into the same people, but it's also annoying. But yeah, what else would you say to like dancers starting out other than that? Like doing
Yeah,
your first show.
don't get too attached to your customers. Like tell them that you're there for this reason and like that's it. And that's a big rule. Also, I don't know, just keeping yourself private. Like you don't need to talk about where you went to school, who you're friends with, who you're dating, who your friends are. And that goes hand in hand with hanging out with people because then they're gonna figure that out. And then that can get messy for you. And that's always what I never did.
Makes sense. How did you practice a lot before your first? I'm always wondering. I feel like the first, like I did stand up and like my first set was like, so it's definitely not the same as stripping, but um
No,
I
I will give it again to my camming background. I was always really good with talking to people, dancing. I mean, I always know I was like I'm a very petite girl. Like I wasn't like I didn't need to like get in shape for this, but I couldn't do anything on the pole at all. No, like I couldn't do shit. But for some reason, I think it's just confidence.
are you better now at pole stuff or
Yeah. Oh yeah.
do you go to like the
Definitely
pole?
now. Definitely now because I bought one because I started after my third shift. They started asking me to go on stage, and so I was like, "Oh shit, I need to get a pole now. I need to start learning shit because like
Yeah,
I
that'd
can't
be
just
so
roll
hard.
around and shake my ass. That gets boring. I should do some more." But that
So
worked for a while.
have you gone to like the pole classes or anything like that?
No, just self-taught YouTube.
That's cool. I feel like you have good core strength, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing yoga and I like work out enough that I can like figure it out.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything else you want to talk about?
It's up to you. It's your interview.
I guess. Well, geez, I see. Like normally, I have like okay, so I'm pretty good at like just making it raw, but I don't want to ask too personal questions. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what do you plan to do after? Is it a weird question? Like, what do you plan to transfer into after, or if that's too much of a personal question, let me know.
I think it really depends on like how long I'm going to enjoy it for. I always said if I once I stop liking it, like same with camming, once I stop liking it, I'm like not enjoying myself, then that's when I will pivot to do something else. Um, right now I'm still loving it though. And I think I'd be really good in like the industry business maybe one day, maybe owning like my own club or like working in one as like a manager because I feel like if I'm like maybe in my 40s or 50s, I would like know it better
I
and
feel
then
like
be
you
able
could
to
still dance in your 40s, 50s, like because 40s and 50s.
probably, but like who knows what I'm gonna look like by then? Like that's different. Like I don't know. I don't want to be that person. Like
Man, Kate, you want to know something?
hopefully I'd be more successful. I don't need to do that anymore. That's
I
what I hope.
guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people age really well. I was dating someone that was 42, and when from Quebec, and when she came here, and we'd go to Joey's, she'd get ID'd and stuff. So,
Good for her.
I mean,
Hey,
something in
I
the
don't
water.
know, but I would say I'd probably still want to be in the industry somehow. Like I'd want to like still either like mentor people and like open my own business and start my own thing like that, and then help the younger girls or like help them do what they want to do. But yeah, I don't know though. But again, it's only going to be when I stop liking it. If I start, being miserable and depressed about it, then I'll change.
You've had down days, I bet. Like, how do you deal with down days?
Um, there is down days, but I also look at it as like, would I rather be to 9 to 5? No. So like it can't be that bad. Like there is days where like I'm like, fuck, I don't really want to work today, or like I had a bad shift yesterday. Like I don't really want to do this. There's been those days too where I've just been like, fuck this. But all I do is just say like, well, would I rather be 9 to 5 hating my life like I used to be? No. So
Do you mind
like
if I ask, what did you do before camming, if you don't mind me asking?
I was in insurance. I was in insurance, and I had
Like
a like
life insurance or something?
it was home insurance. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then I had an insurance thing, and then I worked at Vickers Chevy, and I was a collision repair advisor, again, insurance, and it was just awful. Like I was like 20 years old, and I was like, fuck this. I don't need this. And I make way more money now than I ever
Yeah.
did doing that. So yeah, it was a good pivot. I didn't need it.
I don't know. I find it honest. I work somewhere insurance related, and I find, yeah, I guess it's important and it's a part of society, but I definitely find it like boring.
It was kind of just like passed down. My mom was really high up in an insurance company. So it was kind of like my sister and I were like, yeah, sure, we'll try it. Both of us hate it. My sister's though in med school, so she's doing medicine, but
I've heard like a lot of people like pivot late in life and go back to med school. Like I met someone not too long ago that she was a welder. She's like, fuck it, I'm going back to school. And it's like, do you consider school at all? Or
I already went. I have a bachelor's degree in English, so I'm already
cool.
done. But yeah.
Do you write it?
Pardon me?
Do you write at all? Or
Yeah, sometimes.
you have like a book out or anything like that?
No, but I did do a thesis paper that did get published in my second year women's gender studies course, and it's still collecting royalties. So that's kind of cool. But
I have no idea what a thesis is, so I sound like an idiot. What is that?
sorry, it's just like a opinion piece, and yeah, they liked it.
That's cool. Would you ever do literotica?
What? Oh, not really.
Okay,
I don't know. That's
Okay,
not really.
I'm the only one here that reads literotica. Whatever. I
just
am
don't
more
know
of a
what I
mental
would.
person.
I don't know what I would come up with. I feel like I have a creative brain, but I don't think it would be like in that sense. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I will say one thing. I used to have like my friends who would try to do like camming and stuff and make their own videos for OnlyFans, and their quality was just so bad. And I always prided myself on quality over quantity. So if it wasn't good, I wasn't gonna put it out. Like I was a quality snob. Still am. So
Which like is weird because I have mixed feelings about, because when I was younger I was a perfectionist and I would do interviews and I would like have them so overly edited and they were like mini docs about every person I ever did. And now I think it's just because the way the internet is and like how shorts and reels are. Like I'll pump out shorts and so like I'll just post like 10 a day and some of them will get like 20,000 hits. And I think I used to like film really nice stuff, but then I would hoard the footage and never use it. And now I'd rather like dice it out and just put it out kind of thing.
Well, it's different with Instagram now because Instagram's so like Instagram, TikTok, that's all people want is 15 seconds or like 30 seconds.
Yeah. And I don't do TikTok for like weird paranoia reasons about China reading my phone, even though I'm not an interesting person enough. But I have a weird relation with Instagram. Like I don't know, because we had to contact each other through email. I fucking hate having Instagram on my phone. I find if I'm on it, it like I can't focus in the day. I'll delete it, re-download it, check stuff. Maybe it's narcissistic, but I like posting on Instagram, but I don't really care about anyone else's stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You can use it whatever way you want.
I guess.
There's no correct way. Who cares?
What's your day? Okay, one more thing before we go. What's your like daily routine? Like, what does a dancer do? What do you do like after you get off work, and like what time do you get up, and like what do you do before your shift?
Well, it depends. So I usually only work 3 nights a week, just because that's just all I really want at the club.
All you have to work. That's awesome.
Well, no, I still do OnlyFans and I still cam just on the off days, like a month,
Yeah,
like tonight, like since I did my makeup and everything, I'm gonna go hop on cam later tonight, so I don't like waste, a face of makeup. So I'm gonna go work later,
okay.
but yeah, and then like Wednesday I'll probably cam a little bit, and then yeah, so like I do essentially do work like every single day except for like Sunday, and that's it.
Makes
But yeah,
sense.
typical day. If I work at the club, I'm there till 2 o'clock, so that's pretty late. So I basically just go home and take a bath and go to bed and wake up around 11, 12, work out for a bit, hang out with my dogs, chill until I'm ready to go at 9.
Okay. If you could say anything to your like 20-year-old self, what would you say?
Mm, honestly, I wouldn't change anything though. Maybe I would just say be careful careful about your friends. Like watch out for people who are just gonna use you because that's happened a lot.
Yeah, geez,
But
what's that quote where it's like that's the thing about betrayal, it doesn't come from enemies?
yeah, it's come. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say I would tell myself to watch out who your friends are, but nothing to do with what I was doing and what path I was going on. I think I did the right thing. But friends, watch out who your
Yeah,
friends
I
are.
feel like you are very I've always gotten a good vibe whenever I've ran into you anywhere, and I feel like you're a very like trusting person. And
Yeah,
like I've had that
curse.
problem. Sorry?
It's a curse.
Yeah.
Somehow.
No, I feel like and it just like I've been broken up with by my girlfriend and then finding out that some of my friends were like texting her right away. It's like, "Oh, thanks
Yeah,
guys."
that's hard. Yeah,
I don't know,
that
shit
sucks.
happens. But
Yeah,
I
it
guess
does.
as you get older, because we're old now, we're like 28, 29. It's easier to cut people out as you grow older.
Totally. And you don't have to fight for those people that aren't going to fight for you. So, and you learn that now versus when you're younger and you're like, okay, I need this person though, but you don't.
Well, I had 100 acquaintances when I was 20, but now I have like 4 friends that will answer my phone call at like any hour of the day, no matter what they're doing.
That's all you need though, seriously. Sometimes that's all you need.
Like I had a buddy, his dad just recently passed away, and he heard I had a breakup, and he's like, "Man, you can come over if you need." I was like, "Okay, man, your dad just died. Like, I'm not coming over to complain
Or
about
you can be
this."
there for each other though.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice to,
No, and
have
like that's a real G. No, that guy's cool.
like
Thanks.
a homie. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But Luna, thank you for I don't know, I guess I don't want to keep you all night, but no, thanks. It was sorry, maybe not the best interview ever, but no, thanks.
I hope you can use something out of it though.
Oh no, I'll use absolutely everything except that one part where I fumbled. I normally don't edit these, but I fumbled
Okay.
so hard for like 2 minutes. It was like a really bad brain fart. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Okay,
You're fine. All good.
bye. Nice meeting
All
you.
right.
Goodbye.
Take care. Bye.